I talk to 1,000 people a month, and I realize a lot of people are wantrepreneurs, meaning they don't actually know what to do with entrepreneurship. They don't know what actions to take. They don't know what skills that they need. And this is one of my conversations with one of my prospects where I go into the wantrepreneur versus entrepreneur and the things that you need to do to be successful with the business online or just in general. Have fun. Enjoy this one. I'll see you guys there. Peace. So people on the right side of the line are what we call entrepreneurs. And then the people on the right side of the line are what we call wantrepreneurs. Yeah. Do you know the difference between either of these?
Yeah, well, the right side are doing things, the left side are doing nothing, like just talking.
Yeah. It's not only just that, it's not just the action part, but it's the knowledge. Okay. So most people, you need three things to be successful in anything, just any skill or any task in life. And successful meaning to accomplish the thing. You just need three things. You need knowledge, you need action, and then you need consistency. All right. So the way that this works, and the reason why business is so challenging, is because if I told you right now, go to the grocery store and buy me milk, do you know what milk is?
Yeah,
Do you know what a grocery store is?
yeah,
Do you know where the nearest grocery store where you could find milk is?
yeah,
So you got the knowledge part. Do you think that you could go to the actual grocery store to get that thing?
yeah,
And then you probably could go walk there, buy it, come back, and then it would be done, right? So that
yeah.
would be that would be a success.
Would be, yeah,
The reason why entrepreneurship is so challenging is because it's not as easy as going to the grocery store and buying milk. If I tell you go make $1 million, which
different.
is the same thing as me telling you go to the grocery store and get milk, you have no idea what to do.
Yep,
And that the fact that the knowledge that it takes to become successful as an entrepreneur is so high, people just quit or they think about the wrong things. The entrepreneurs are the people that read books, listen to audios, think about things, get excited, say that they're an entrepreneur but don't make any money. I know a lot of people like this. I used to be like this. And then the people that are entrepreneurs, they do one or two things that get results, and then they keep doing those things, which happen to be the hardest things. And I'm going to get into that in a second. And they know how to do it. They actually do it. And then they do it enough times to get the result. Does that make sense?
yeah. So you better to go like with one, stick with one like not but like one type of company, one niche, one
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
what you mean?
It doesn't have to be just that. I think you're thinking too narrow. It can be anything. So what I'm talking about is there are two things to acquire a client and to get a client to pay you. The first thing is to find the client, and the second thing is to service the client. Do you know what both of these things mean?
Yep.
So, how do you find a client?
Email marketing, go to directly to the client, do publicity. Oh no.
So, you seem unconfident. If you could imagine underneath this, we have every business has a funnel. A funnel will take a lot of people over time as they move down the funnel, convert them. So forget about the funnel right now. Don't focus on that. Focus only on acquiring clients. There's only a few ways to do that. There's only two ways actually. You can acquire through the clients through inbound or outbound. Do you know what the difference between both of them are?
No.
So outbound is literally going out. You're going out into the marketplace and you are acquiring clients, cold calling, cold emailing, messaging on Instagram, emailing, door to door sales, anything to a cold audience, somebody who does not know who you are at all. And the
Okay.
goal here is to, if you can see the top of this funnel, you can see it's a lot bigger than the bottom.
Yeah.
We call this volume. You just want to reach out to as many people as you possibly can, talk to as many people as you possibly can, and get in front of as many people as you possibly can. Because you don't right now, you don't know who's interested in your service, who can pay for your service. You just want to go out there and talk to everybody, right?
Yep.
And then you will start to find out, the more you talk to them, okay, this person likes me, this person hates me, I want to spend more time with this person. Eventually, you have 1,000 people up here, but maybe only 100 people are like qualified, right?
Yep.
So then those 100 people come down the funnel a little more. You start talking to them on a second meeting, right? So if you can imagine, the first part of the funnel is initial outreach. The second part of the funnel is the appointment. So when you get a client and you're like, when you talk to 1,000 people, only a handful of those people will actually go on an appointment with you, like a Zoom call or something like that, right?
Yep.
So out of the 1,000, you get 100 people to say, I'll do an appointment. Out of the 100, you're going to close. Close mean you acquire the client.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a select handful, which might be only 10 or something, right? Right.
Yep. Makes sense.
And so down here, the funnel is a lot smaller, but you can't get 10 clients unless you talk to thousands of people. So that's the only way to acquire a client, is talking to a lot of people, and that's outbound. The other version is inbound. Inbound meaning you go to the people who know who you are and you talk to them, your family, your friends, your girlfriend, and you try to convert them into paying customers. If you have a social media page, this is why social media is so important, because all of those people see your face, they hear your voice, they know who you are. Eventually, they become warm audience, inbound traffic, which is inside your circle, inbound, right?
Yep.
So the funnel still is the same. It's, if you have 10,000 people following you, those 10,000 people might enter your funnel and only 10 of them might come out of the funnel and buy your thing. It doesn't matter what
Okay.
price it is or what you offer. Maybe only a select handful of people buy it.
Okay.
So does this all make sense?
Yeah, it makes making sense.
Is this helpful?
It is.
So that's step one, is finding the client. Step two is doing the thing, servicing the client. And in order to answer this question, we have to come over here to kind of look at what SMMA looks like on a broad scale. So this is not just SMMA, by the way, this is every business.
Yeah.
You can see the steps over to the right, where I just put the number one.
Yep. I saw. I see.
Okay, cool. So the first thing that you have to do is pick a service, because when you get a client, you have to do something for the client. That's what they're paying you for. The second thing, which most people don't do, is learn the service. This is what we call skills. And if you watch anything about Iman Gadji or Jordan Platten or Joel Kaplan, or they will never tell you about this, because doing the skills is the hardest part of business. It's sitting there learning for 3 years, practicing for 3 years, and then going out and charging people for money. It's the hardest, unattractive part of business. So you have acquiring clients as the way to get clients, and then to fulfill clients, you need a skill set, which is step two.
Yep.
Right. The best case scenario, which I would say is 2.1, is being able to have a test client where you can go get paid to learn. And basically, instead of charging your full rate, you charge half your price, of maybe a startup fee or something, and at least you get to practice and learn the thing, right?
Okay. Yep.
Step three is setting the appointment, or well, no, step three would be outreach. So once you actually know what you're doing, you have a skill, you're like, I know how to do this, I'm going to go out and do it. You have to talk to people, which is the funnel. This is the thing we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So,
To get client.
yeah. So let's make it practical. I say that I want to sell sticky notes. That's my service. I need to learn how to sell sticky notes, or I need to at least learn how to find sticky notes. Okay. I have like a bunch of stacks of them right next to me right now. So now I've learned how to at least find these things. And now I just need to go find people to give them to. So I don't need a test client. This part's optional. Right. And outreach, I call you up and I say, do you want a pack of sticky notes for $5? And you're like, no, that's stupid. I only want them for 10 cents. And so now I'm doing like, understanding that you're not qualified to buy my sticky notes. So then I talk to another person and maybe eventually I find someone that's like, yeah, but let me buy them. So that's a super simple, down to earth example. And by the way, if you look at the back of the sticky note, that's a company. And the company has learned how to sell these things to millions of people. And it's a very simple product, but the system is still the same. They had to pick a service, which is the sticky note. They had to learn how to do it. Then they had to go out and find people that want it, they probably had conventions where they just handed these things out for free. And then they went and did outreach, which is just putting these things in stores, going and giving these things out to people. Like eventually people know what it is and they buy it themselves. So you're transferring the cold audience who has no idea who you are to the warm people who now love you and just keep buying stuff all the time. So make sense?
Yep.
So with SMMA, when you do outreach to somebody, if I cannot see what this is and feel it and touch it and understand it, you're going to have to put a stage where you get an appointment. The reason for the appointment, and this is what most people forget, when you do outreach, you're not sitting there, hey, hey man, just letting you know, like I'm at this agency, I do this thing and this thing and this thing. Like no one cares about you, they're going to hang up. Outreach is just to get people interested. The appointment is really what you're doing, is explaining how you can help and pitching the service. And the fifth thing is closing. When I get done explaining, hey, do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to have 100,000 followers? Here's how we're going to do it. If it makes sense for you and you have the financial resources to not buy $2 sticky notes, but $2,000 a month online service, if it makes sense, you can close them. And this is where you collect the check and do the contract. Right?
Yep.
The sixth thing is the actual client. The seventh thing is the fulfillment. This is doing the service. So I close somebody. I say, now that you're my client, tomorrow we're going to go ahead and start this process. You're going to sit on the call with me and we're going to start training. I have a coaching company that I coach people, and in 30 days, I get them their first client. So you come in, you're like, I want my first client in 30 days. Okay, cool. It's going to be $600. We get that figured out. You're now my client. The next day, I have to start fulfilling. So we have to start doing trainings. I have to get you onboarded and get you into the company so that you understand how everything works. And then over the next 30 days, I'm fulfilling that service. And if I don't fulfill the service, if I don't do the thing, then I'm a failure as a business owner. So
Okay.
this is the reason why most people fail, because they only think, I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. Out of all the things I've just listed, is there anything that says making money?
No, exactly. Well, closing the check, collect the check, but
Yeah, but you only do that
yeah.
when you you got it. So after you fulfill and you do it one time, you can do it 1,000 times. So you're literally just going to repeat steps 3 through 7 as many times as you can, 5 to 10 times by yourself, without any help from anyone. Step 9 is outsource everything. Woohoo, you have a business. And then step 10, if you really, really want to go this far, this is probably 6 years from now, is sell. So is this a little more clear for you as far as...
Yep, it is.
I hope you guys liked this conversation. If you did, comment below. And also, if you want to be coached with me one-on-one, Link is in the description. It's thefirstclient.com. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out. Love you. Bye.